Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Defining Discipline podcast. I'm your host, Scott. This is episode 325, as well as day 325 of my journey. At the beginning of the year, I challenged myself to run 365 days in a row, all outside, bearing the elements, whatever they may bring. I also challenged myself to run 1,500 miles within this time frame, and to run 2 big races within this time frame. Those races being one, a 50K ultramarathon trail race, which I finished in 7 hours, 15 minutes, and 22 seconds on day 156 of my journey. That was the Yankee Springs 50K trail race out in Middleville, Michigan. And the next race that I challenged myself to run within this year was the Detroit Free Press Marathon. Finished that race on day 290, was shooting for a sub 4 time. And was able to finish within 3 hours, 57 minutes, and 28 seconds. So I was really excited about that time as well. Both of those races were personal records for me, that 50K being the first ever 50K I ever ran. So that was a personal record in general. And the marathon was my first official marathon I've ever ran. I did run one last year in 2020 with a buddy, just out in Hines Park for fun, and really didn't do that great in that one. So both of these were personal records for me. And now let's actually talk about the mileage for the day today, because today is day 325, so clearly we were able to keep the streak alive as well after both of those races. And for the day today, got out there and put in 7.2 miles. This is the 7th day in a row this week that I put in 7 miles. So that 7.2 miles for the day today put me at 49.5 miles for the week. That's what we're going to close this week out at. That put me at 151.2 miles for the month, which put me at 1,510.6 miles, 1510.6 miles. So my yearly goal of 1,500 miles has been surpassed. Did that yesterday. So now we are just seeing what the personal record for the year is going to be. I mean, even yesterday, or all building up to the 1,500 miles, was all a personal record. Last year in 2020, I was only able to run 1,001 miles, so anything after that has all been a PR, as well as days in a row. 325 days is currently a PR. So now that we got to the day, week, month, and year, let's quickly focus in on these monthly miles of 151.2. Every single month I challenge myself to run a 100-mile challenge, and I do it in honor of a charity in which I donate money to, as well as start a coinciding fundraiser to try to raise money and awareness for throughout that month. So for the first 10 months of the year, I was able to raise money for 10 great charities. Now we're here within the 11th month, the month of November, and we're raising money for yet another great charity. That charity being Movember. So if you'd like to learn more about this month's charity, make donations, or even help share and raise awareness for this charity this month, you can find the link to do so on the Defining Discipline Instagram story, or the Defining Discipline Facebook stories, or my personal page's Instagram story, or my personal page's Facebook story. Within the story, you click on that page that says 100-mile challenge in honor of Movember. Click on that. It'll open up the actual page where you can make your donations. You can learn about the actual fundraiser, as well as click that share button to help raise awareness for this fundraiser throughout this month. Know that all donations that do get made to this cause go directly to this cause. Facebook is not keeping or taking any portion of your donations. Now, to really quickly touch on something as well, if you are going to fundraise, if you're going to donate this month for this month's cause, I advise you to wait. Normally I wouldn't say that. I'd say donate whenever you can, but I advise you to wait until November 30th, because Facebook is actually going to be matching any donations that come in on November 30th. So if you don't donate to this cause on November 30th, let's say you donate $20, they're going to match it with $20, so then your donation would be worth $40. So November 30, which is Giving Tuesday, that is when those donations will be doubled. I already made my donation, but I may even donate even a little bit more, and then they'll match that again. So we'll see if that happens. But keep that in mind. If you do want to make your donations, I advise you to wait until November 30th, and it would double your donations, and it would help out a great cause as well. Now that we got that out of the way, let's actually get into today's episode 325. But quickly, right before we do so, we are going to talk about today's word of the day. For the day, today, November 21st, today's word of the day is univocal. Univocal means unambiguous, that is clear or precise. So univocal is today's word of the day for November 21st. Other than that, let's actually get into today's episode. Episode 325. Today's theme for today's episode is burn. And I wanted to talk about that for a couple different reasons. One, just burning through this month, burning through the miles, burning through this year. It has gone by so fast, guys, truly. To think that we're 325 days, to think that I'm already over my yearly goal twice, because the original yearly goal was 1250 and I pushed it up to 500. Now I kind of have in the back of my mind I'm going for 1750. Haven't announced it, but kind of just did. But that's kind of the new set goal, to see maybe if I can push myself to get that much. But really, just content with the 1500. And to think that 325 days in a row, clearly on the home stretch of the year, this month, 151.2 miles, putting in a lot of miles. I've just been really burning through the month, burning through the year, and it seems crazy to really think about. On top of that, all of the calories, to really think how many calories I have burned just throughout this month, and my calorie intake throughout this month. That is one thing that I've had to really keep in mind. I've been really going heavy on Coca-Colas and probably things that are not very good for me, but I'm just trying to get as many calories back as I can to continue putting in these miles that I've been putting in for this month. I've been burning through calories, and I've been trying to get them anywhere I possibly can, but trying to stay good with recovering, with trying to follow up with protein shakes. Kind of fell off 2 days here this week. I actually, in both those days I fell off, I started to feel a little nauseous, a little sick. That's kind of actually why I didn't even drink the protein shake, but drank one yesterday and felt really good today from drinking one yesterday. Picked up the pace, and just overall body felt great. The run felt great. So got home and drank a big one today as well. But again, just eating a lot and then drinking lots of soda, trying to get as many calories as I possibly can, because I've just been burning through so many calories, as well as, like I said, burning through this month, burning through this year. It's just so crazy to think how much I've gone through within this year, and how fast the year has truly gone by. And on top of all of that, another aspect we can talk about burning, the burning of the muscles. That is something that I have truly faced, and I'm kind of haven't really faced throughout this month, which is very surprising. There's been a couple of days when I've done the long runs when the muscles will burn hereafter, but throughout this week of doing the 7 miles, it's almost just like I'm just tired. My body's not even tired. My body doesn't even feel ran down really, or my body feels ran down, but my muscles don't feel sore or burning in that aspect. But I've definitely had my fair share of burning muscles throughout this year, putting in that 50K, that marathon. I can tell you right now, I've had muscles I didn't even know I had burning. So we can think about that as well on the aspect of burn on top of how fast I've been burning through this year, about how many calories I've been burning, and truly, um, we can use the burning feeling I have deep down inside of me to continue to push forward, and to really push myself. Like I said, I'm kind of in the back of my mind pushing for 1750 now, because we got a month and a week and so in a few days, a month, week, and few days here to really close out. Or I guess we got more than that. Maybe a month and I don't know, 13, 14 days. Um, but the main thing is, I'm really burning to try to close out this year really strong, and even burning to continue on to next year and really push myself forward and try to get some bigger races done. I want to get a few actual marathons in and try to really burn my time, get my time down even lower from that sub 4 hour at 3:57:28, to try to get it to somewhere closer to just the lower threes. Maybe 3:20 would be crazy and insane. Would like to eventually try to, within the next few years, actually qualify for the Boston Marathon. That'd be a huge goal of mine. Also, to try to run a 50-mile race. Also, to try to eventually run a 100-mile race. That is probably going to be farther on in the future, but I want to really up the miles here and to continue pushing forward. I'm burning to really continue on. I got this feeling that just keeps me going. I'm itching to go. So that's kind of it for today's episode. Is just I wanted to talk about one, how fast I've burnt through this year so far, and how we're really on the closing cusp of the year. We got Thanksgiving here in a few days, and then we're gonna have Christmas, and then it's New Year's, and then the whole year has gone by. The year has been burnt through really fast. Wanted to talk about all the calories I have been burning and all the calories I've been intaking because of the amount I've been burning. I've been burning, plenty over 2,000 calories a day, especially this month. So, it's been just a crazy journey. So for your daily discipline today, guys, I'm gonna close today's episode out a little bit early. Got an earlier run in and kind of burned through the day today as well. So kind of excited, trying to maybe get a little bit of relaxed time in before I have to go to bed and get ready to go to work tomorrow and get my run in as well. So for your daily discipline today, day 325, it is to find that burning feeling. Realize, one, that we've already burned through this year this fast, but do something that really gets you burning, gets you going. Figure out what that is and start really pushing forward and towards that. Other than that, thank you guys so much for listening. Episode 325 now officially in the books. This is the Defining Discipline podcast. If you guys can, please give it a like, subscribe, a follow, and a share on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and whatever podcast streaming platform you've been following along and listening on. Other than that, keep in mind that this podcast, the whole message behind it is to truly get out there and work on ourselves on an individual level, because I truly believe the best way to make the world a better place is to figure out what we are doing to make it a worse place. I think we all have our own things that we're doing within our individual lives that are we could definitely be improving on, that would make the world a better place. I think if we start within the mirror, we would see a drastic change. If obviously it takes one person to do that and continue to do that, I'm starting to do that myself. And I'm hoping that everyone else can start to try to work on themselves as well. And we can try to make this world a better place. That is kind of the message of the podcast as you follow along with me on my journey. And it's also been to just follow along with the run journey. Going into the following year, we're going to try to shift it into a little bit different platform, and it's going to probably be less often, but looking forward to that as well. Season 2 will be coming up because we are already pushing again. We're burning through this year. We're almost ready to start season 2. So other than that, again, thanks so much for listening. Give us a like, subscribe, follow, and share. So get your donations in, and other than that, peace out, guys. See you tomorrow for episode 326.